the action in and around Acadiana.
The last 2 days, we've had 11 jamborees spread out across the area. The Lafayette Kiwanis Jamboree, one of the top, not just in our area, but the entire state, right here at Cajun Field, where once again, some big time games.
That's right, as the Jamboree is stretched over 2 days with 3 contests taking place Thursday night and 3 more tonight. We start off with Acadiana and Notre Dame over at Cajun Field in a matchup of 2 coaching OGs. I think I can say that. Ted Davison at Acadiana and Lewis Cook at Notre Dame. First drive for the Rams, they show right away why the veer is so dangerous. Ziggy Francis faking out everyone, including whoever the cameraman was.
Who was that guy?
40-yard score. I don't know. He might be a guy in a suit. 7-0 Acadiana. The Pios would answer later. Joe Ware powers his way for the 5-yard touchdown. Indy trails 7-6, but let me tell you, Ziggy Francis, who is all of 5'3", will be a problem this year. He is off to the races again, this time for a 55-yard score. 14-6 Rams. Late in the first, Jalen Burrell showing off the moves to avoid the sack and find John Staton for the easy score into the end zone. Final in this one, Acadiana wins it 20-6. Both teams have out-of-town dates with teams from North Louisiana, Notre Dame at Prairie View Academy, and Acadiana hosting Ruston. St. Thomas More and its rowdy student section opened up the night against St Martinville, already 7-0 Cougs when Caleb Holstein finds John Robertson on the slant. The big fella fights through some traffic and gets loose for the 60-yard touchdown. STM now up 14-0. A little later, Holstein tries to get a little bit greedy, and Javion Mitchell says, "I'll take that." Makes his way to the 31-yard line with the pick, but the Tigers' drive ends without a score. Still in the first half, STM's Peyton Landry now at quarterback. He drops back and finds Thomas Morton in double coverage. He rolls into the end zone for a 21-point lead, and the Cougars aren't done just yet. Second half, Sidney Linden, the end around 40 yards to pay dirt. It's all STM tonight, 28-0, the final score. In the late game, Northside welcoming LaGrange all the way from Lake Charles. The Vikings defense comes out with some juice. Talon Andrus with the big hit forces the fumble. Gators land on it, but the drive will stall. Vikings back deep to field the punt. Doesn't go so well. A lot of sloppy conditions out there with all the rain. Ball is mishandled. LaGrange gets the safety. It's 2-0. Next series, they will be looking to add to it. Anthony Johnson picks up a hard-fought 20-yard gain that will set up the first touchdown of the game. Number 4 with the fancy feet. He dances his way into the end zone, and the Gators go ahead 8-0 in that one.
Now for the Opelousas Kiwanis Jamboree, I'm entering Seth Lewis territory here. It's a 51-year tradition in St. Landry Parish. This year, Westminster Christian Academy playing host. I'll get to the Crusaders in just a bit, but leading things off tonight was Opelousas Catholic and Hanson Memorial. The Vikings entering their second year under head coach Thomas David, and it gets off to a good start tonight. Already up 15-0 in the first half. How about more? Kane Ludo takes the pitch and dices his way into the end zone. OC leads 21-0 at the break. Second half, Ludo already proved he's pretty hard to tackle, especially if you can't catch him. Sped that up a little bit. Vikes gonna score all the way from the 90-yard touchdown. Kane coming straight into your living room. That makes it 28-0. OC really just having a field day. Devin Theory ran back the opening kickoff to score, and he's back at it late. Zach Mangranelli hits him in stride, shakes off a Tiger. Give him 6 more. Opelousas Catholic making it look easy. They go on to win 41-0. On to part 2. WCA welcoming University Academy all the way from Alexandria. Crusader defense giving up nothing early. Mark Thomas first on the scene. The gang tackle forces a 3-and-out. WCA quickly going to turn that into points. Cole Fournette with some hard-fought yardage to get to 1st and goal. That'll set up a score. Brock Valera, the closer, he rumbles in across the goal line for a 6-point lead. Westminster has no trouble tonight. No final score yet on that one.
And across town at Donald Gardner, the St. Landry Parish Public School Jamboree hosting 6 teams from the area. We start with Beauchamp and Port Barre. First play, first kickoff of the game. It's going to be a touchdown. Beauchamp receiving the open kickoff, and for the Gators, Tyler Lewis is going to take it to the house. Look at him just dance his way, bob and weave, and go 75 yards for the score. Port Barre would respond. Carry-on Malvo on the quarterback keeper. He's going to hit the left sideline. You see him right there, and he's going to pick up a huge chunk of yards to midfield, showing off his wheels. North Central would get the win 20-0. And then Opelousas and Northwest in the nightcap of this one. Opelousas kicks it off. Trayvon Agason is going to bring it to the 30-yard line with the big gain for the Raiders. And then they're going to hand the ball off to George Dominic Jr. for the 20-yard run. Not much action here as our camera had to leave after a late game start.
That wraps up our first quarter here on FNF. If you missed any of the scores, we don't have all of them just yet. They're going to be in the ticker and then online at the bottom of your screen. That's brought to you by Popeyes.
Absolutely. But before we go to the break, it's Top Squad time, brought to you every week by Cox Communications.